Hey, everybody, welcome back to the center lane of political discussion for those of us who want our politicians to find consensus. Compromise. It's not a bad word, it's not a four-letter word. Well, what's been going on lately? Well, I think the world is abuzz with the poor Biden report from the documents he had kept at the House, similar to what Trump did, taking the documents after you've left high office. They're secure documents, they shouldn't be out in the open. Uh, Biden did, from all accounts, cooperate much more than Trump did. Trump tried to take it, hide it, drag his feet, and wouldn't give him back. Biden gave him back. Well, I guess that part is fine. He was, lead of any wrongdoing because of it. But unfortunately, there was a little footnote there that just really makes him look horrible. And I'm kind of surprised that it's even been allowed to be out there because it's pretty damning. If you haven't heard from me yet, I'm sure you have. But basically, what the special prosecutor said was that Biden, you know, did do some things wrong, but he has to be excused because he's elderly, a nice elderly old man who's pretty forgetful. And I don't think a jury would want to convict somebody like that. Basically, what they're calling him is a feeble-minded old guy who, can't even tie his shoes. I mean, it was pretty bad, and made worse with Biden trying to respond immediately with that news conference when he did look like he looked like a feeble-minded old man. He just looks so stiff, I mean, he just looks like he's kind of doing that, like oh, no, 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 no. You can tell. I think he's still pretty sharp upstairs. I do, but to be president of the United States, no. I think he's too old. I've already said that many times. But I mean, that was just freaking damning. Of course, everybody's jumping on Democrats and Republicans. Democrats that want to get another candidate in there besides him. You hear the word Michelle Obama. That's not happening, man. Now he might at some point. Probably it would have to wait into the Democratic convention if he was to bow out. And they'd have to work something out at the convention to pick another candidate. Would pick it there. I don't think he would bow out any time before that. But it's not going to be Michelle Obama. It's just not. I don't think she's interested. Plus, it's just it's clickbait. Oh, Michelle Obama is going to be the Democratic nominee. Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it. But anyway, so that was bad for him. Now, of course, the Republicans are jumping on. Somebody said, "Oh, we got to impeach Biden now because this guy said that he's feeble-minded." It's like, okay, the guy did say that. The special prosecutor, he's not a doctor. There's not a team of physicians saying he's lost some mental acumen or whatever. This is some guy's opinion. You can't. That ain't gonna happen here. It's crazy, but it gets headlines as well. Which I clicked on it and it worked. Interestingly, Trump didn't really hit that too hard. He has a couple reasons why not. Because here's what I think is, first off, he doesn't want to insult other old people because he's old himself and he has a lot of older voters. And if he starts picking on age, that could alienate him with some of the people that support him. That makes sense, right? And secondly, if I'm Biden and Trump starts giving me crap about my memory, I would just keep playing that tape on a loop of him calling Nikki Haley Nancy Pelosi. I mean, have you ever seen that? That is painful to watch, man. He's up there. I mean, it wasn't a one-off. It was like a 90-second, 2-minute monologue with him confusing the two names to a point. I think it's 8 or 9 times he did it. I don't know. He might even called her Nancy Haley or Nikki Pelosi a couple times. It was bad, right? So, I think that one will show up again too. If we want to start going with the who's lost it more than the other one, can you believe this is what we're even talking about this now? Which one of these two old guys has lost a step more than the other? That's nutty. But but Trump had a good week actually because he's going to be on. They're not going to be able to knock him off the ballot, which I didn't. The Supreme Court's. Even the liberal judges are saying, nah, he wasn't convicted of insurrection. Whether you believe he did it or not, there's not a conviction there. Now, one guy, a lawyer, I read an article, he did make a good point. He goes, actually, he was convicted of it because when they impeached him the second time, and Congress passed the impeachment with Republicans as well, some Republicans, where it says he was being impeached for insurrection. So when they voted on them to say that he had an insurrection, that they basically confirmed it in a legal stance. Again, I don't want to get into legal mumbo jumbo because at this point, it was 3 years ago. He's on the ballot. He's doing good. People are supporting him, and you got to let the people decide. If they want him to be the next president or not. So he had a pretty good week there with that. But he has more things coming on the horizon, more problems coming up on the horizon. So we'll see how that goes. Now Nikki Haley, she's still hanging around, and she should. I think she should stick around, even if she's, you know, after Super Tuesday, she does very little of whatever. Maybe just do a little appearances, stay on the ballot, see what happens, because Trump's situation is very fluid. Do I think he'll make it to November to get to where we're actually voting, whether he's on or not? I don't know if either one of those guys will at this point, which is kind of making things interesting again, because I was kind of getting like resigning myself to the fact that it's going to be Biden Trump or Trump Biden on the ballot. But now I'm starting to think that maybe they might neither one of them be on the ballot. There's a chance of that. I mean, there's a legitimate chance. I don't know. I don't know much about the odds of that happening, but I think they're between the age thing and factor, and either one of them could have a medical condition on top of that. But these circumstances that are surrounding both of them now could be pretty damning. So we're going to see it things have started to get a little interesting again. So I know there's some Democratic wannabes in the background going, geez, if Biden doesn't make it, maybe they'll pick me. So there's, to be continued, but I'm going to keep a close eye on that one. But Haley could maybe step up. I know DeSantis will try to get right back in there, and I wouldn't be surprised if, I was thinking about this too as well. Tim Scott's been, really buddying up to Trump, but if Trump for some reason can't go on and be on there, then he would probably have to pick the person he wants. And I got a feeling that Tim Scott is hanging close to the vest. He's thinking, if I really get, Trump's considered me as a VP or whatever, and he can't do it, that he might put my name and throw my name out there. So everybody's got, in the back of their mind, it's like, maybe this could be an opportunity for me. I need to keep myself relevant. I need to keep myself close to this what's happening. Just don't go out to pasture. It's not over yet. It's not. So that's kind of exciting. It'll give us more to talk about going forward here too, as far as the presidential race goes. Was disappointed to see that the immigration bill didn't pass. This is Congress being Congress again, and I don't know whose fault it was. I mean, to make things anything, not just this is something that maybe it wasn't what everybody wanted, but it was a step in the right direction. We got to do something, and that would have been something that Trump inspired. He wants to run on the immigration thing being a big problem in November, and only he can fix it, kind of a deal. But he had 4 years to fix it too. Was it better with him? Yeah, it was somewhat. But actually, of all the recent presidents that done the most for the border and kept it going in a proper manner, it's been Obama. Believe it or not. I know nobody talks about it, but he actually had. It was never good. Don't get me wrong, but he actually had systems in place where it was more controllable. So, anyways. Trump had 4 years to do something too, and he didn't. Yeah, when COVID came, he was able to put Title 42, which meant you couldn't come over, stay on Mexico. But that was those were special powers given to the president because of that, which no longer exists. So, Biden can't. I don't believe Biden can even continue. Title 42 came up after they lifted the COVID deal, so I'm not sure how that's going to play out. If Trump would probably do better than Biden just without Congress being involved, he would. But Congress is really the people. They make the laws. They're the ones that are supposed to, make this happen, and they haven't done it for decades. So, it's always infighting and bickering, and nobody can, the left wants all this, the right wants all that, and us poor folks in the middle, we don't get what we want. Right? So, anyways, we'll see how the immigration ticket goes. It looks like it's dead in the water, as Michael, what's his name, Johnson said, but he's got his own problems with they're probably going to oust him as a speakership anyways, because there's they got a stupid rule. Kevin McCarthy agreed to where one person could raise a vote to have you ousted. So MTG is now running the country. She said, if you put that on the floor, I'm gonna pull this vote and you're gonna get ousted, which she's probably right. But the scary thing is one person like her is playing a oversized role in decision making. I don't think that's right with any person, particularly her. Anyways, that's it for today. I just wanted to get another beautiful day out here. I just wanted to touch base with everyone, and I hope you have a great day.